Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to take a look at a very interesting team for the current Spring Cup here. This team got suggested to me from MeWeedle, the current world champion as well for Pokemon Go PvP, and he wanted to have a team here with Araquanid, which is a very cool Pokemon I wanted to showcase anyway again. But yeah, this Pokemon is definitely one of his favorites as well, as he used it in his finals for the world championship as well. Very cool Pokemon. Sadly kinda went missing in the recent Open Great League meta, just because the meta shifted towards Pokemon like Noctowl instead of Pokemon like Walrein and Trevenant, which this Pokemon definitely can wall pretty well. And this cup here basically is all around. There was a Walrein and Trevenant, which is a very decent. So yeah, I played this team already a little bit in the beginning in my stream yesterday evening, if not, yeah, okay, for me while I'm recording yesterday evening. Whenever you see that, most likely 3 days later or something. Definitely played this game on the stream a little bit, but I was already a little bit tired, so I didn't really play my best at all. Like, I played literally pretty horrible. So I tried it out again for 2 more sets this morning. I went 7-3 with this, and even there I didn't play everything perfect. This team is definitely something where you kind of have to definitely have some more practice with. I mean, I went positive in general with this team, which is pretty decent, so this team definitely works out pretty well. But what I just realized is that you have to swap pretty fast, especially towards a Bomber Snow. Like, if a Trevenant comes in, if a Roserade comes in, you have to be pretty fast for that. You're going to see already 2 times hard counter. Nothing really I can do there, but it's not going to start stand like this. It's going to be still kind of fine. We're going to have a lot more wins to come. I'm sure about that one. Next opponent, we're going to see the lead of Jellicent. That's going to be very decent. It kind of tells me already here from the opponent that they're going to have something weak against Lantern in the back, otherwise they would swap out immediately. We see another Roserade. Roserade seems to be pretty common nowadays. This is kind of wild. Who made a video about Roserade? I don't know. We will be able to go ahead and go for at least a one-charge move here, and what we can do is we use both of our shields, which is going to be interesting as our play, as this will allow us to at least get both weather balls off here. Going to get 1 shield, or the knockout here at least. I might want to go back into that Jellicent. I'm not sure about this one. What you're going to see here, the opponent coming into a Mawile. This is actually still fine, because even though we're 2 shields down, now only 1 shield down, Mawile actually is running usually Fire Fang, but if you saw it there already in the small fast move that came through, it's actually going to be Bite this time around, which doesn't really matter. While our Bug Bite going to be double resisted from our Araquanid, the thing is, Araquanid is very bulky anyway, and still does a lot of damage because Mawile doesn't have a lot of HP, so like it won't really matter too much. But also we could just go ahead and get 1 Thunderbolt off, and you're going to see here now that we can easily take this upcoming Power Punch and we can farm them all the way down here with Araquanid. And hopefully there are more wins to come now, because this team actually worked out pretty well. Like, honestly, today I climbed with this team definitely, which is really cool. So yeah, here we're going to see the opponent coming in with their Lantern. We're gonna go into our own Bomber Snow. That's going to be pretty fine for us, as we can go for the Energy Ball. Going to get them close enough that we can farm them all the way down with our Bomber Snow here as well, which is going to be amazing, as we will get some decent energy gains from that, as well as they're going to get us slow enough that they don't even get that much farm with the Mawile now. I think I even get to a charge move here, maybe. It's going to be close. Nah, just barely not. But we're still going to be able to go into our Lantern, and Lantern going to have a great time here, because, yeah, usually they're running Iron Head as well, which doesn't really do any damage. They're going to let the move go through, and we see a Trevenant coming through here as well. This is a little bit of an awkward matchup. You see me going straight for Bubble Beam here instead of going for the Bug Buzz. I just want them to do less damage against me with their fast and charge moves, so that's basically why I did this. I'm going to go for the shield immediately. They actually bait me here, but I feel like it just literally doesn't matter, to be fair. Like, I feel like it just literally doesn't really matter here. I can just go ahead, go for another Bubble Beam again, and we'll be able to just farm them all the way down. Bug Bite is just eating here, as you're going to see. Like, I just will be able to just farm them all the way. They might even knock me out here. Let's see a Seed Bomb. Nah, we're just going to swap out anyway. Mawile comes in. There's nothing my opponent can do here anymore. The opponent just went so low just from the Bug Bite damage alone. While Bug Bite is a pretty bad move in general, like, it's still going to do some decent damage here. I really wish Bug Bite would get buffed. Like, imagine Bug Bite going to be like something like a Dragon Breath clone. That would have been really cool, which I think it just needs 1 more damage than extra, which would make this move way better, and still not overpowered, because Bug as a typing is usually the worst possible typing that you can have, so making a move like a little bit stronger here would definitely help out the meta, in my opinion. Here we're going to see the opponent going into a Trevenant again. Here you have to be a little bit faster as well, and also the IVs seem to matter here. Like, the opponent, if they wanted to, they could go straight Seed Bomb, and with my IVs, if they have a rank 1 Trevenant, I think they might actually be able to knock me out, which happened before. I don't know if it's in here, because I don't have everything from the stream in there because I literally played so horrible. So here we're going to get at least another energy ball off, but yeah, like with my IVs, it's pretty difficult to beat Trevenants if they wanted to, but I just need a better IV Obama Snow. Like if you have a normal IV Obama Snow, not with 0 HP, you would be fine. Mine is just the best that I had before, and so I had to build this Pokemon here, and I haven't actually really gotten any Snow or anything recently, so don't know if this is even a thing still. My opponent can go for 2 energy balls here, doesn't really matter too much for us as we will be able to go for another charge move here as well. Bubble Beam coming through, going to get them low enough that we can farm them down, and now they're going to have their Tentacruel against our Lantern. They only players here to have Sludge Wave and Acid Sprays at the same time. They're going to just have Sludge Wave, which just doesn't matter now, and we will be able to farm them all the way down. Next game, let's see what we're going to get here. We're going to get a Bummer Snow against us. We will be able to go ahead and swap immediately into our own. This is most likely the worst possible lead because our Bummer Snow here is always going to be one turn behind the opponent because one switching here takes always one turn. So here my opponent actually makes a catch as well to their own Lantern, which is not even that bad for me because I will be able to go for an energy ball still here. But very great catch. If they didn't catch, I might be able to even go for 2 energy balls there, but like this, I only got to 1. They are now 1 shield down, but I can align at least my own Lantern. I feel like they have another water type in the back there maybe, but we have to see about this. We're going to see the Thunderbolt coming through. We can go for our own Thunderbolt, going to get them into the red health here as well. As we can take another charge move, we can go straight for the Surf, but they're going to catch on a Trevenant. Honestly, I remember this was actually one of the games that I had on stream. Like, the opponent played that so well. Like, they literally caught all my moves, which was really smart by them. So, great plays by my opponent here, really well played. This opponent definitely knows what they are doing. As we will be able to go for another Bug Buzz, though, they're going to shield this move up. They're going to get the defense drop, which is pretty decent for us. I think they can just go straight for Seed Bomb here and get still another one off, and they're exactly going to do this, which is such a smart move again. They're literally playing flawless. They're calling all my moves. They're going for all the baits. And they're going to snipe me here as well with their Lantern. So, great play by this opponent. Like, they literally played this so amazingly here that I didn't really have a chance. I think I lost lead anyway, so, like, it wasn't that easy to win this game either. But, like, honestly, my opponent played really well here. Next game again in the morning, so this was from today. We're going to see a very decent lead for us, Jason. We're going to see a Weezing coming in. You're going to see me staying in here as well in this matchup. Why do I do this? Because Jason also loses against my Bummer Snow. Well, this is my best matchup against the Weezing, so like I can stay in here even though my opponent swaps out. I don't really have to swap out yet. They're gonna go for one Brutal Swing here. I can go for another Surf, and if they're going to let this move go through, what they do, and if they go for their own charge move, what they're also going to do, I'm going to swap out here because I expect them to have a Grass type in the back, which is usually the case in this meta. So giving some extra energy advantage might help me here, and my opponent also saw that and just decided to forfeit. Next opponent coming through here, we're going to see a Walrein in the lead. This is going to be fine for us as well, but here I was a little bit late swapping into my Bummer Snow against the opponent's Trevenant. Should have been a little bit faster. They are now able to go for the Shadow Ball, which is fine for us because now we can overfarm. The thing is here, if I have balls, which I don't know yet, I will be able to go ahead and go for bait against the opponent's Walrein here, or I just go straight for the energy ball. I don't have balls, so I'm going to go straight for the energy ball here. Maybe not the right play because they're going to shield this move up regardless, but at least I know now that I can go ahead and go for my Lantern. We're going to see a Tropius coming in. This is going to be a little bit tricky now. Tropius has access to the moves Aerial Ace in the Leaf Blade. Leaf Blade destroys my Lantern, Aerial Ace destroys my Araquanid, and this is going to be a core breaker for this matchup here. But still, we're going to be able to go ahead and go for a Bug Buzz here because Aerial Ace is such a horrendous move. It doesn't even two-shot us here on our Araquanid. We will be able to go for another charge move here right now. This is coming through and going to do some decent damage usually, but they're going to shield this move up, which is a smart decision of course by my opponent, as they're going to be able to now go ahead and go for a charge move. I'm going to no shield here because I'm scared of the potential Earthquake. A little bit more scared than about the Leaf Blade here, as I will be able to knock them out. Maybe a Surf would have been enough. I'm not sure about this one. We can go for another Thunderbolt. Is this enough to knock out the opponent's Walrein here? It is not enough, as we're going to have to farm them all the way down. But because we can shield the move up here, we will be able to just farm them down with the Spark there. As we see here, another opponent here with a Walrein and a Trevenant. It seems like everybody playing Walrein, Trevenant, and another Grass type in the back right now in this meta. So, like, if you need another team here, this might be also a way to go for you. But yeah, we're going to see here that we can go ahead and go for another charge move. Weather Ball coming through, going to knock out the opponent. We are shield down again. Do I have balls this time around and go for the wrong move for the Weather Ball against the opponent's Walrein, trying to align? I'm gonna go for the Weather Ball. Does it work out for me? It does, allowing me now to go for another Energy Ball in time, which will be very good for me, as this is going to force another shield from the opponent. In this point of time, I kind of have to decide what I want to do in this matchup. Do I go into my Araquanid here? Do I go into my Lantern? I go into my Lantern. Main reason for this, well, it doesn't make sense because Araquanid like basically survives all the charge moves from my opponent. I kind of am forced to do this because my opponent most likely has a grass type in the back, and they do, and they catch the move here very nicely on the Ferrothorn. Should have called this one, to be fair. Like, this was kind of a stupid play by me to not go for that. But what I thought, what I can do now is I can go for 2 Bug Buzz. Turns out, I don't think a Bug Buzz would knock them out from this range yet, so it definitely wouldn't. So I'm gonna go ahead and overfund 100 energy right now. But sadly, my opponent played it so well. I mean, I'm currently at like range for the top 100 people in the world right now. Like, I'm completely in the range for the best players. So sadly, they're perfectly aligned that they perfectly get to the move before I get to mine. I needed like literally one more fast move, which they needed also one more fast move basically then, and I would have won this game. But this was so perfectly played by my opponent that I sadly lost this one. But this was also the only one that I lost in this set, so we're going to see some decent gameplay now as well. This time around, I was fast in the Trevenant swap there. I can just go ahead and go for the Weather Ball immediately before they even go for the potential Shadow Ball here, as I can still shield up the next charge move from my opponent. Will be a Seed Bomb from them coming through. Do they use 2 shields against me or not? This is the question here. It's going to be a no shield from the opponent, as we can go ahead and go straight for the Weather Ball. This is a CMP tie, which is amazing for us, as this Weather Ball going to put them into surf range from my Lantern. I will be able to let this move go through now, as I can align my Lantern against the opponent. I keep my shield alive, and in the one shield scenario, Ferrothorn has nothing to do against my Araquanid. But the thing is, we have 2 very slow Pokemon here. Like, they usually take a lot of turns to get to the charge moves. They throw a lot of charge move at each other. So the likelihood of my opponent trying to catch a charge move here is going to be pretty high, as you're going to see already on the right side. The switch look is getting up there kinda. I'm not at a Bug Buzz yet, and I fear that I'm going to get caught here. I could have went for my Bug Buzz in time already, I think. But I'm going to be able to just go into my Lantern. We can go for one Surf here. The Surf is coming through. The Surf is going to get the knockout. And now it's only the Ferrothorn left, where we can take one charge move still. But can they farm me down and win CMP? They cannot farm me down here, as they can go ahead and go for the Thunderbolt. You see me over farming there because I know if they knock me out there, they don't have enough energy to go for another charge move. I can just go for a Bug Buzz. And otherwise, I'm just going to get some more energy than a little bit more damage on the opponent. Very nice for us. Next time, we're going to see here a horrible lead with the opponent's Ferrothorn. I played this matchup the same, basically a little bit worse on stream. This time around, I'm just going to go straight for the Weather Ball. What is our own goal here right now? Our goal is to try to align our Pokemon correctly. So it's very likely that they're going to have a Mantine in the back, because it's a very common team. It's something that you kind of have to do in higher elos as well. Guess what they have in the back? So because I think they have a Mantine in the back, I could actually go, by the way, for one Energy Ball here, as you're going to see now, because I can go for another move, but I sadly misclicked, but that didn't really matter too much, I think. But because I expect the Mantine there, I'm going to go ahead and now align my Araquanid at least against the opponent's Ferrothorn. I'm going to go straight for the Bubble Beam, because I think I might be able to survive now 3 fast moves, like 3 charge moves from my opponent, because I can debuff them. That might be the play to go, as we will be able to take this one now. And I think, yeah, it looks like we can now take 3 thanks to the debuff there from our Araquanid. We're going to see the Power Whip coming through here as well. I can go ahead and hopefully get to the next charge move as well in time. Another Power Whip coming through. We can now survive it thanks to the Bubble Beam. I'm going to go for the bait here, which I wasn't even at the charge move yet for the other one, which is fine. They're going to now swap out as expected. I will be able to still keep my Araquanid with 1 HP in the back there, basically. If I need to maybe farm them down, this might be helpful. And I'm going to go straight for the Thunderbolt here right now, because I don't want to get more damage on me, and I also don't want them to basically get more debuffs on me here. So I'm going to go ahead and still get to the Thunderbolt. Is this enough to knock out the opponent? It is not, and they have still some health left. Can I get to the Surf still? Can I survive this charge move from the opponent? This is the question here. I survive with a 1 HP, and we're going to be able to win this game as well. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please leave a like on. Otherwise, we're going to see my last video on the left side and the top teams for this meta on the right side. Click on them if you're still interested in this, and I hope I see you in the next video. Bye.